full disclosure, that's how you and I met.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. At a party where we were both the smartest person in the room.
Where we were both trying to be the smartest, and I think I wound up being a little smarter, didn't I? I mean,
just a little.
I'm sorry, I'm not listening. What did you say?
No, hold on.
Welcome back to SmarterUmedia, where we guarantee to make you smarter in 2 minutes. But we're going to be so charming today, you're going to want to stick around for as long as we dare to chat. Unbelievably excited, and we are blessed to have the great Alastair Duncan, star of stage and screen, with us here today. And I will tell you, if you're a video game player, and remember, this is the largest entertainment audience in the history of the planet, so there are a lot of you out there, you will know that he is Mimir in the great series God of War and those series of video games. Welcome, Alastair Duncan, to SmarterUmedia.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to be here. I hope I get smarter as well. I think that should be a prerequisite, that the guest has to get smarter.
With that, we're going to test you now, and then we'll test you at the end. I'm glad you brought that up. As you know, we never hold off. We don't wait. We're going to start right up at the top. We're going to have you give us a nugget. I'm going to set our fabulous chicken timer. Alastair Duncan, make us just a little bit smarter.
Listen.
I'm sorry?
Listen.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Listen.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I had to do that.
I know you do. We spend our entire lives actually talking to people or talking about things, and we don't listen. We don't really listen. We've got a conversation, that we know what we want to say, and then we say it, and we, listen to part of what's being told and said to us, but we don't actually listen. If we really listened, we'd actually know other people, understand people a lot better, and we wouldn't end up in these constant fights and battles and conflicts. Mimir, the character I play in God of War, he is the self-proclaimed smartest man in the world. Knows everything, knows every language, knows every country, knows it all. And he has been the advisor to gods and kings and emperors, and he has destroyed all of them. He's killed civilizations because he was busy advising, having the right answer, knowing what it was, and not listening to what really needed to be done or what people were telling you. So there you go. So if you think you're the smartest person in the room, you're potentially the most dangerous person in that room.
Oof. All right. Yeah. Full stop. I can't go to the 2 minutes. I mean, that's too much. We can chew on that. I'm going to stop after we got 20 seconds left.
Wow.
You've made me smarter in less than 2 minutes. That's why SmarterUmedia is what it is.
Mike, this is brilliant. That. This is like taking a pill. This is like I just need give me 30 seconds to take this, and now look at me, I'm smarter.
I feel like we've just planted the seed, and we'd like to grow an oak. You use the perspective of Mimir's character. What's a practical thing you found that allows you to go into certain settings that would otherwise not be great, or you wouldn't feel great about going there?
Well, you see, the reality there is that now, maybe I felt that way when I was younger, but I walk into a room and I go, oh God, they're all so much smarter than me. And that actually is another pressure because then why would I want to talk to people? Because they're just going to make me feel dumb. But so I do have a tool, which was given to me by a friend when I was uncomfortable. And he said, just go have 3 interesting conversations with people. Everybody's got something interesting to say. Go talk to and if you don't, if you by the end of it you're done, leave and see where it takes you. And it works. You go in, oh God, I don't want to be here. I'm going to go talk to that person and find something out about them. And you end up having an interesting conversation. And then you take it to the next one and the next one. And it makes the evening so much more enjoyable. And you don't feel like you're the smartest person in the room because you learned something. And you don't feel like you're the dumbest because you learned something.
I love that. And full disclosure, that's how you and I met.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, at a party where we were both the smartest person in the room.
where we were both trying to be the smartest, and I think I wound up being a little smarter, didn't I? I mean,
Just a little.
I'm sorry, I'm not listening. What did you say?
No, hold on. What about this?
uh, well, I'm going to shock you because I'm going to jump into some culture pieces of the equation. You have an accent, sir. You have an accent.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So you come from Scotland, and you've straddled cultures for years. And I think I'm not going to take all of the United States. I'll just take LA, which is where you live. And there have to be drastic differences between the way people listen, the way people communicate in those cultures. How has that informed this progression you're talking about with coming to be more whole in the way that you listen and converse?
My ex-wife, when we'd been married for a year, we were not having a great time, and she said, "You've got to go get some therapy."
Oh,
and I'm from Glasgow, and we don't even have that word in our vocabulary. And I was like, "What, therapy? No, go out and have a drink. Get into a fight. Just just get over it. Just get over it."
better. The accent got thicker, by the way.
Yeah, I know it did. Because automatically I become more Scottish. It's like this is no, we don't. You can't do that.
And as soon as you say the word fight, you were just all of a sudden a whole different guy.
That's it. Fight what?
Oh,
that the old saying, the Scots were who they sent to the battle first always, and it was they only had the Scots only have two attitudes: pissed off and let's get the bastards.
so you got a wide range to
we do. Absolutely. So that was the thing. That was the moment where, in fact, it was like this is a different country. This is a different world. But then I did it, and actually in therapy, I started to learn to listen, because I had to listen to what somebody else was saying to me so that I could change and act on what was being told to me. And I didn't want to hear it. Didn't want to hear that I was wrong, or that I had issues, or that I had anything that was a sort of something I needed to do something about. But I did. And so that started me on this journey. Yeah.
That's rather beautiful. And I like that you feel as if the journey, though I'm sure it has ups and downs, but the journey leads you to a place where you feel more able to communicate, more like a communicator. I will dive in, because I think you brought up therapy is one of those things I think that we talk around, and oftentimes don't really step back a few steps to understand what it is and how it functions, because it's so varied. 1,000 modalities, 1,000 ways that people go about trying to examine themselves. I think of it quite simply as what I would call therapy qua therapy is, sorry, I got a little philosophical.
You did.
I know, right?
Like, look at you. Smarty.
In the room.
Well, biggie word.
I love you, man. I think that the thing that sort of ties that together is you have a place that's designated that you go outside of your normal course of life, your normal thought process, to be in a place that's for you, but it's to explore you and your connection with everything else. And that's healthy. Some people do that at church. Some people do that with their very good friends. Therapy is one of those things where I think of that as being the launching place for what it all is. Does that resonate at all with you?
Yeah, totally. I agree that we can't ever work out problems, issues. We can't without discussing them with somebody. And therapy is, it is actually, it's that sacred space where you can say anything, and there's no judgment. There's just understanding, and hopefully it can be reflected back in a way that you begin to understand whatever it is that's being communicated.
And I think if it works for you, the way that you are and who you're working with, if it works, that's great. If it's not, please, dear Lord, find somebody else.
Exactly.
I mean,
It is
really.
it is not one size fits all. It is, oh, I'm going to try this. And I tried several therapists until I found somebody who was good, seemed to, I could connect to and communicate with. It can be a minefield. You can end up with people who can actually be harmful if you're very unlucky.
We are susceptible. I mean,
oh my God,
as soon as I abdicate my own being in a place, that it can be frightening on all sides, and I also think it can be addicting.
yes,
it's a thing.
Yeah,
you live in the land of Los Angeles. I live in Santa Fe, man. This is woo-woo heaven.
Absolutely. And it's not just the woo-woo stuff. It's actually the differences being in how people treat themselves. I'm talking about Scotland and here again, that the attitudes toward health and fitness there is the opposite of LA, where, there's a gym on every corner. There are, it's like supplements up the wazoo. And in Britain, health is actually, are you strong enough to lift your pint?
Hey, then you're good.
But you're good. You're good.
Then you're good. Yeah.
It is. And by the way, I do come to this because having been told by a Scotsman, I've asked about this thing, the Glasgow effect, and then finding out about it, which is where it's been proven that Glasgow has the lowest life expectancy of any city in Europe.
It's great.
I know.
Wow, is that on the sign when you drive into Glasgow?
Exactly. Welcome. You have just lost 8 years of your life by moving here.
Welcome. You won't be here long. Yeah,
enjoy it. I would go to the pub and have a drink right now if I was you, because that's one of the problems. The attitude is one of the problems is the attitude is that health, fitness, physical activity is an effeminate attribute. Well, binge drinking is masculine.
Oh, well.
And to be lauded. Well, there you go. Yeah, let's just. What the hell?
The Glasgow effect.
Glasgow effect. It was also the Scottish effect, because Scotland in general actually has a lower life expectancy than the rest of Europe, which is just awful. But mainly that comes down to Glasgow, because that's where the majority of people are, and so that affects the rest of the country. But yeah, it's like,
wow,
it's not great. It's not
all
great.
Right. I am going to try to listen, because when I said woo woo, which is putting, it's judgmental, right? When I said that, your response was essentially to be nice, but to sort of skirt around the comment that I made. And I actually heard that. And
right, good.
I'm gonna dig in, because I think what that wasn't me hearing you say words. It was actually the emotional response you gave. So what is listening, right? I mean,
exactly what you just described.
I know, but that's not. So if I'm, yeah.
Okay. So then it's not about what you say. It's about what's under the words. What's really going on that actually makes you make this argument or say this thing, when it's like, there's something, as an actor, what we're doing is we're trying to communicate the subtext, the words. We have a script. So it's like, as opposed to, unlike life, we know exactly what the other person's going to say.
Right.
We know.
Yes.
We know what we're going to say. So what is it that makes it interesting? Why is it not just words? Why is it not just a soap opera where, you died 3 years ago. Yes, but I came back. Oh, good. Let's move on.
You died, but you're back. I want
that as well.
I want that role. I want to come back.
My friend just did that. He just came back. There was a very famous character, apparently, which I didn't know about. And they brought him back, and he didn't know he was going to be playing the same guy till he came back as this guy. And he was like, he was an iconic character. And he's like, anyway, yeah, back.
That's great.
So as an actor, you have these words. And so what you're great actors, you watch them and you get what's going on, that there's something else happening underneath, whether it be their anger, their love, there's something, but they're not making faces. They're not giving it away, schmacting because they're good.
Did you just say schmacting?
Schmacting, yes.
Oh yeah, I've never heard that. That's
No,
great. No,
Smack
that's
off.
schmacting.
I was schmacting up a storm. My God.
I'm going to use that many, many times. So they're not schmacting; they're doing the thing, and you're interpreting. But you're right. So if I were to take the same
Yeah.
script, not being an actor, and you took the script, what you would do with it would have an entirely different form of communication. But go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go. I was going to interrupt.
I'm going to dig even deeper because something you just said, I think, is so much a part of the life that we live right now, but we don't oftentimes articulate it. You know, one of my all-time favorite books is Lisa Barrett's book, 7.5 Lessons About the Brain, which literally just breaks down and helps us understand how most of the things we've been taught about how the brain works are just not true. But apparently, what you were saying about we've already predicted what you're going to say, you already know what my sentence is going to be. That's true unless you throw in something like leaving out the last
word.
Right. Your brain just tuned in. But it's the remarkable predicting engine that we have now been able to find the way that works and put it into artificial intelligence that is changing our lives in the fastest possible way. Because as soon as that element was added to artificial intelligence, it became, people can argue about it all they want, conscious, better, whatever the thing is. It's now doing just what we do, which is prediction models. It's just predicting what you're going to do, and that makes it incredibly powerful, similar to the human brain. So it's very long-winded. I apologize for the long-winded question, but I'm really getting there. I swear to the good Lord,
I will get in there. I haven't been listening, so it's
Please,
okay.
It's okay as long as you're not listening, and you know where I'm going already anyway.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah. So, but I think the reality of our communication today is going to be so transformed by those tools that we are going to need to be more conscious about being present and actually finding a way to listen better to real people around us.
Yeah. I hope that's the case. I don't know that it will be, because so far the tools that we've been given have not improved people's social abilities. They have actually taken away from them, particularly the youth of today. We'll see.
Those young kids,
they don't know how.
Kids,
so, my day. I remember the pager.
Let me tell you, that's when technology was technology. The pager.
Oh, it's buzzing. It's buzzing.
Oh, look at that. I missed the buzz. I got addicted to the buzz.
Exactly. So as you say, like whether or not AI does this, and it is going to change everybody's lives. The quantum leaps that are going to be made that are going to we have no knowledge, understanding of what they're going to be. But how we change as people is we're still going to be working with the same hardware and software. It's all there. We're not getting an upgrade. We're just getting something that will speak to us and will relate to us. So I don't know if I want to yes, it's that's all going to change. But right now, to go back to your point about the woohoo, because you asked me about that. Why did I react? Because you heard it. Because the attitude is very often is that to do something that actually self-improvement, like was described in Scotland, self-improvement, what the fuck, no, is woo-woo. That is a generally held, it's like, well, that's California, that's Los Angeles, yeah, but it's not the rest of America, and that's true. It's not the rest of the world, absolutely not. How many talk therapists are there in Afghanistan? let's see, uh, so my reaction is because I hate the idea of it being woo-woo. Like that was my
Yeah,
subtext.
that's why
You kind of
that's
like
what I
woo-woo.
got, but I didn't get that from something you said.
No, you
You're
didn't. And
nice, you
it
love
was the
me,
way,
and you
absolutely the way I reacted.
yeah.
Because I think that this stuff is really important. Really, we're never taught, again, we aren't taught how to listen. We have to learn to listen. Nobody teaches us how to listen. This is a tool to learn how to listen so that you can actually hear and react accordingly or get involved. And your woo was actually perfect because
Yeah, yeah, it
it's
laid it
right.
right in there, and
Yeah.
so this is we should put a poster up for any improvisational class that's good, because I mean, you and your acting, you get training for these kinds of things. But when I was taking classes in Chicago at Second City in improv, they were full of people from the advertising agencies, the accounting firms from downtown, who were paying for the first two classes for anyone in their organization who wanted to take the class.
Why?
Because you learn to listen.
Listen. Yeah. And you've got to listen to your clients. You've
Because
got to
the
hear.
extras, yes, like I
Yes.
just cut you off. I did not let you get to the end of your
You know
sentence.
what? That was okay
That's
because
what
that was
we
the end of my
do.
sentence.
But I think that is just a gem to dig back in. I mean, here we started at a starting place, and I feel like it expands like ripples in a pond out into just every part of our lives.
Absolutely. And it goes from the micro for that one conversation where, like suddenly you discover that somebody doesn't like you or somebody loves you and you didn't know it because you hadn't been listening to the subtext, to the macro where, hey, guess what, Kodak? There's this thing, it's called digital photography that's come in. What? Shut up. I'm not listening to that. No. Look at the size of us. We're the biggest thing in the world.
Right.
Hey, guys, global warming. Yeah. Yeah, no.
Uh,
Nah, bullshit. No, not interested. So, we don't. Yes, and the thing about that thing about yes and in improv,
yeah.
which is, I hear what you're saying. I hear. I've got to take it further. I'm gonna go with that. Because it's the right. Because that's what we do. We take a good idea. Maybe I don't think it's a good idea, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. Instead of going, no, whoa there.
Whoa.
Stiff arm. No, stop that.
Oh,
Stop that mad talk.
my absolute favorite teacher ever in improv was a guy named Martin DeMott, who nobody would know at a Second City, but he trained so many of the people that you would know. And here's the physical manifestation that he did for Yes and, which was just this.
Oh, you're lifting. You're lifting each other up.
And the opposite of that is,
wow.
oh, I lost the chicken, man. I killed the chicken.
Oh no, it's over.
Such bad luck.
The show's
such bad luck. Well, thank you. SmarterUmedia has had its time. It's had its place.
Which done.
I think that's the cue. I think it's time for us to get to the very end of the end. All right. So, first of all, Alastair Duncan, because we should tell people that we love them. I love you. Thank you.
I love you, man.
For joining us today. You are one of my all-time. You're just one of the great people that I've ever known. So let's get to the end where we asked you to sort of come and think about a way to get information that will make me better at doing that. So we've talked about things and stuff and things that will apply to our life and all of that. But we know we exist in a world where it's hard to get information that really works for us. So that's where we're going to sort of let the end come to this fabulous SmarterUmedia episode. Something that you use that works for you to get information.
What I used was my daughters.
Wow.
Because they have taught me how to listen, because I had to. Because they were telling me, saying one thing and there was something else going on under it. And I had to learn to listen to work out, like that woohoo. Work out, what was that? Why am I reacting this way to that? friends. You can read the Harvard studies. You can read the books on listening. I'm sure there's tons available. Go to a therapist. But it's all around you. Every time you stand up in front of somebody, you have a choice. I can listen and hear what you're saying. I might disagree with it, but I can keep listening and not shut you down. Or I can shut you down and walk away. First way, you're going to learn something. And you're going to walk away smarter. Second way, you're going to be exactly the same. And nobody is a winner. So that is my resource. Your life.
Well, there's nothing to add. Brother, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you soon.